I'm GUYINAHATGAMES.
And I'm Zakashi Gaming.
Oh, we are the Silver Foxes. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to, instead of our usual podcast show where we host video game music, we thought we'd have a gander at the Video Game Awards votings, and we're each going to do a small discussion of games that we may or may not have played this year using the Game Awards as a reference and select our votes. Hopefully you can join along and leave your verdicts in the comments or your own suggestions or what you voted for the show. Don't forget to join us on our Discord, where you can find out when each of us go live on our respective channels, GUYINAHATGAMES and Zakashi Gaming over on the Twitch platform, as well as our own group one, the Silver Foxes Gaming, as well as be notified on our Silver Foxes music podcast. Every 2 weeks we host a music video game podcast, bringing a selection of songs, and we always select one from the community when one is suggested, so please drop a suggestion in the comments. Okay.
Game Awards.
Game Awards.
It's that time again.
That time, God, it doesn't feel that long ago since we talked about the Game Awards last year. And to be honest with you, I have no recollection of who won last year. I want to say Astrobot. I could have been the year before. It was Astrobot. Oh, very good. Very good. Our years just flown by. It's like we get older, even though it's, the days of the year, it's the same every year since the dawn of time. It feels like as we get older, the year gets shorter, although our perception of time gets shorter. That's why we should cherish every time we have with us. So, a great suggestion from yourself is, instead of starting with the actual game of the year first, we'll start right to the bottom and then work our way up.
Yep. Keep the suspense. Although it's pretty much a given this year.
I think yes. I think here we go. Here's our nominees for the game of the year. But we shall. How do I start at view all categories? Here we go.
Yeah. And then you just click the bottom one, and then you can do previous, and then you just keep going the other way.
Excellent. Thank you. So, shall we just start with team esports?
Yeah, because obviously that's the best one to start with.
Absolutely. So, I don't know any of these people, sadly. I am not a esports enjoyer. Are you a esports enjoyer?
I certainly am not, and definitely not for any of the games that are on here. I think the only game I've played is Counter-Strike 2, and that is going back. I'm just shocked it's still bloody going.
The fan community on that is fervent. It's still going massive. Strong.
Of course it is.
Absolutely going strong. I'm just moving your head down a little bit because it's in the. There we go. I'm just moving you, Zach. I'm just moving your entire existence.
You're moving me.
I'm moving you. You don't wiggle on the stream. That's better. Okay, so just because that's the only one you've played on here, I'm just going to select Counter-Strike. Or shall we decide not to vote on something?
Not to vote. I think we should just this is what I was going to say was we don't always need to vote. Appreciate that these people exist and they're doing really well in their genre of game, which is absolutely fine. And I just don't follow, so I couldn't give you I don't want to be. Throwing an honest, a vote in.
Yeah, totally feel you. I agree with you there. I kind of recognize some of these people, but I don't watch esports. I'm not in its culture, and the only game I've played on here briefly is League of Legends, and I played more of League of Legends Wild Rift, the mobile one. I was obsessed with that for 2 weeks, and then I dropped it just because I loved the show. But other than that, no, I don't know these people, sadly. Sorry to all these people. Not that I think anybody watched this show, but you never know. You never know. One of them might stumble upon here. But yes, I agree with you. To be fair, we shall not cast a vote on a topic that we don't know anything about. So let's just keep going. Esports athletes. I think we could skip this one for the same reason as team esports team. Shall we agree on that? And we're back. Minor technical difficulties. I was not aware that we had to actually sign into the website, so I had to pop off back in again to sign in. So back to esports. we're going to skip the athlete and teams because we don't engage in the esports. We will have a look at best esports game.
We can we can have a look at that.
The only one on here I've played is League of Legends, and it was a couple of years ago, and I played it for 10 minutes. And as mentioned, I played League of Legends Wild Rift. I actually enjoyed that one. I actually really enjoyed its quick 10-minute, 20-minute pick up and play aspect, but not for me. So I would skip these personally for me because I've not put any time into the other ones. I love Valorant aesthetically. I love Riot Games' art team and its sound team. I just wish that they had games I could actually play. I'm not very good at co-op of games of these high skill ceiling calibers. Have you played any of these?
Again, pretty much Counter-Strike 2, and that's going off my own memory of nearly 20 plus years ago, pretty much at this point.
Do you want to agree to skip or to select one?
I'm happy to skip this one.
Okie doke. So
we're not doing very well so far.
No, we're not. We're doing terrible. So we have these content creators. Again, I don't know. I know Moist Critical. I know Moist Critical. Yep. I don't know these people. I have not watched their channels. They're not channels I would watch particularly. I typically don't watch channels that's getting into 4+ figure viewership. Not that I find them bad or elitist. They're certainly not bad. They are on here for a reason. They're just not my type of channels to watch. I prefer to watch ones in the 2-digit viewership or sometimes the 3-digit viewership. I think my only exception is Book Soup, who sadly is not on here. I know you're a big fan of Maximilian. Sadly, he's not on here. So
he's certainly not. He deserves it though.
He does. Certainly. He really does. He might have won one on a year I'm not aware of. If he hasn't, then what a shame, because he's from my own view, personally, he's well up for contender for one of these.
The love that he gives into the fighting community and stuff is second to none. You know, he keeps those. You know, he's one of the reasons why we have some of the fighting game remasters that are coming back. You know, like the love that he has for like Marvel vs. Capcom.
The industry, isn't he? Yeah, totally agree with you. Okay, so do you want to skip this one?
Another one to maybe skip, I suppose. Right, we should be good from here.
Okay, we're doing okay.
We should be good, yeah.
Right, then.
Should be fine.
Most anticipated game of the year. Which one of these?
I can't believe this is a award. Honest to God, it's like I was just trying to think of like something more stupid, and I can't. I think this is the most stupid award you could give.
Well, just have a quick gander at what the other awards are. It's just as a big picture.
Like a most anticipated game. Like, what is that? Like, what is that?
I mean,
brother, brother, what, brother,
I don't hate the idea of it. It's just, I don't think it's a joke award either. I just don't know.
Well, they could all be crap.
Is it really relevant?
All these games. All of them games could be absolutely crap next year. They could be. I mean, it's unlikely, right? It's unlikely, but it could.
I don't know. I just feel like it's... Like the Game Awards is a celebration of video games that have been released and deserving of every single award. Does that also include games that are not even out yet? Do you know what I mean? I'm on the same page as you, roughly.
If you look back at like when we were young, right, and we had like the game magazines and little knowledge of like when games were coming out, and we'd just go into the local Blockbusters or wherever games you rented, and you just see a new game, or you'd be told that something's coming out in like a week or so, and you can get your pre-order in or whatever, and that's how most of us did those back then, prior to the 360 and PS3, where there was no community hub of like, oh, here's all the new games and that's being dropped. It was literally just going in and picking up a game, and just reading magazines, because you'd get the release dates in ads, and you know, you would you'd buy the next Nintendo magazine or the next Games Master one or the PlayStation one or whatever, and the hype, like this is what I'm putting it down to. This is why I'm kind of justifying this this award, even though I think it's absolutely stupid, which I do think it's still stupid. Is that we as people, we get hyped. We do get hyped over games, especially when we see trailers
quite easily too, especially in the gaming space.
Definitely, and when you see a game and you're seeing something come out and you're like, because take From Software's recent release of the Dust Bloods. Like, we all sat here, well, I sat and, we had the trailer and then From Software's name came up and we all instantly thought it was going to be Bloodborne. It was like, oh my God, Bloodborne is coming on the Switch. It's like, what the hell? And then it didn't. And then that's what I mean. Like, I'm still hyped for the game.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that that's not even on here because I'm surely,
true, actually.
God,
it came out. It was announced this year.
It was this year. It was, yeah. Earlier this year. So I'm quite shocked that Dustbloods is not on here. So it's just basically like the whole hype process. It's like, now we don't have, I mean, we still get magazines, but God, I haven't bought a bleeding magazine for years. But now we all have it digitally. It's all online. You just go on YouTube, you go on,
the
Nintendo
online.
Direct or all the other things that are coming out, and they give you everything you need. They'll show you the trailer, they'll give you a date maybe, and stuff like that, and it gives you that feeling of like, oh yes, finally, we finally get to see something. It's like the Hollow Knight recently. We're all wondering when the hell is Silksong coming out, and then now it's out, and now it just finally gets released, and everyone was going crazy for it. So so it's like these things. So I appreciate it is part of gaming culture because it's been there. It's just done in different ways. From what I'm kind of gathering. But literally, we're speaking on a lot on this anticipated game.
True, that's incredibly true.
We should just move on. Like, so I will give you my vote, and I tell you what I am looking forward to playing is Marvel's Wolverine. Certainly would be getting my vote. So that's for me.
Maybe this is kind of an award just to generate hype around like these games that like I'm practicing not to assume things. That's the only thing we could do in this particular format that we're doing is like speculative. I don't know why there is a voting for anticipated game of the year. Yeah, you know what? Why not? It's a bit of fun. That's how I kind of always viewed the Game Awards. I don't think speaking for myself individually, the Game Awards show is more like a entertainment show. I just enjoy watching it and talking about the games because games is my main passion in life. I love playing video games with my friends or on the online space. Yeah, in terms of like quote unquote credibility or importance to the gaming space, I actually don't think it's that important because it's just a small collection of individuals in a room deciding what game should be on a list somewhere. When I'm sure there's plenty of people out there in the world who have a cozy game as their game of the year, and they would absolutely be justified in having that game as I don't know what cozy game came out this year. I'm trying to recall. It's not a genre I play. Or it could be an individual who a racing game came out this year, and they've gone, "This is my game of the year," and they would absolutely be justified too. So I feel like the Game Awards just narrowing down a very small pocket of people out of a very large group of people who play video games. Someone's game of the year this year could have been a game released 10 years ago, and they would still be justified. In my own personal opinion, they'd still be justified. So I kind of watch this as a fun activity to do together with your friends, or just on your own, or when you're watching a streamer and watching their reactions, And I see this as more of just a massive celebration of video games rather than an award thing. And yes, at the same time, I do acknowledge that there's real people behind this and it's their time to shine for when they get an award, like a mark of quality, or like back in the day when Nintendo did their Player's Choice Gold stamp or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is just a fun activity to do. So, you know what? Anticipated game of the year, totally valid in that framing that this could be here. Why not? Why not? Why don't we just vote our anticipated game of the year? I know you're interested in Marvel. I'm leaning more on Resident Evil Requiem and The Witcher 4. So we haven't actually came to decide how we're actually going to vote if there's a different ting of opinions on it.
No.
I'm looking forward to Requiem because I'm a long time Resident Evil fan, even though I've not finished every single game. I've played most of them. And in terms of Twitch, it's one of my most watched video games to play next to Final Fantasy. Ow. Banged my hand on the keyboard. So I don't know.
Like there's three of them. There's three there that I would easily happily vote for, which would be GTA 6, Wolverine, and Resident Evil. I think those three would be my three that I'm looking forward to playing at some point.
Mine would be Marvel, RE Requiem, and a bit of Witcher 4. No shade on the other two. I have not played a GTA game since 4. Somehow 5 has slipped past me.
Just came
somehow.
It's been
the biggest game
of the year.
year
You can play
of
you
all
can play
time.
On the microwave now. So
I know, one of the most famous sold games of all time, and I've still missed it sadly, just because I'm not big at open world games.
I say play. Let's do Resident Evil. Let's do that because I think it's going to be a big one.
Sure.
Yep.
Okie dokie. What's this? Download card. Most anticipated game. Should we stick it in the Discord? We'll download it. We might stick it in the Discord somewhere. The Silver Foxes. What we voted for this year. We'll do that. Since I've had this one, if there's a conflict, not a conflict, if there's a split on the next one, you can have that one. Best adaptation. Okay, well, I've only seen one of these, which is Devil May Cry. The other ones I've not seen. Any of these take your fancy? Have you seen any of these shows?
I've seen 2. I do want to watch Until Dawn, but I don't think I'll get around to it. I mean, I can't watch it right now, so. I didn't even know there was a Splinter Cell.
Oh, really? I only learned about it last week, to be honest.
Nope, I didn't even know.
That's on your watch list now.
It will be, yeah. So I watched Devil May Cry after you, and you thoroughly enjoyed Devil May Cry.
I did. I know it gets a lot of flack because it quite deviates a lot from its source material in terms of character interpretation. Like Dante he's somewhere in the middle of like DMC3 Dante and the DMC reboot Dante. He sits somewhere in the middle and he doesn't do either well. I'd rather they just picked one of them. And I wish they just picked 3 Dante. He's most people's favorite adaptation. Although mine's probably somewhere between 3 and 4. Lots of little references in the show. I actually think the references in the show is pretty good. I think Lady got the worst treatment in this one.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly.
She just talks like a teenage high school girl with a chip on her shoulder, which is a bit too far removed from her original character. And this is kind of an example of not the best because in my personal opinion, if you're going to make a video game adaptation into a anime or movie or TV show, then I understand that you want to draw in a new crowd, yet the people who are going to be watching it fervently and straight up is the hardcore fans, if that makes sense. So why not appease them first rather than trying to cater to everybody? And do you know the angle I'm trying to get at? It's kind of like the Resident Evil movies, although I do think a lot of them are good. Where I think like the Sonic movies are great in that aspect. I think
it's a shame that Sonic 3 came out, wasn't it, last year? So it missed. Was it just missed? Was it a part of it?
Actually, no idea. I can't
remember that. I don't really remember.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised Castlevania's not on here. When did Castlevania come out? Because that was 4, even better.
Season 4.
Castlevania release date anime. Because that one is one of the best game to TV or film ever. It was phenomenal. 2023. Okay, came out. Oh wow,
that's quite a while away then.
It was quite a while ago. That's probably because I watched it last year. That's why, or the beginning of this year. Like Castlevania is one of the best adaptation to a TV show ever from a video game. It really is. I've not seen Last of Us 2, so I've heard that's just as good. But Devil May Cry is the only one I've watched.
So yeah, the other one with
its problems, still enjoyed it.
Was Last of Us Season 2. And yes, bearing in mind, we all know, or at least most of us know, where the story was going after playing the second game. And yeah, I'm not saying, well, because of the sour taste, at least I believe, in my own opinion, with The Last of Us Part 2, kind of impacts my love, or at least my love that I had with Last of Us. So yeah, I don't know what to say, because like I watched Devil May Cry, and the only bit I enjoyed was the music. I think, you know, it's
speaking to our millennial new metal era, isn't it? I remember I was saying to you, I think our most favorite part is going to be the soundtrack and how it incorporates the music into the show. Like, especially, I can't remember if it was episode 1 or 2 where they're fighting in his office. It's like, yeah, that's like those aspects is very Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Like those little aspects, like in the fight scenes, those are quite very much so Devil May Cry. It's just in the depicting of a lot of the characters, it falls slightly short. With Lady getting the worst treatment, sadly. But yeah, so
yeah. So where do we vote?
Pick Last of Us.
I was picking. So what I was going to do was I was actually going to pick it because of my niece, and she absolutely adored the Minecraft movie.
Oh really?
She
loved it. So we got 3 then.
So, but I never watched it. I've never seen it myself, but because she enjoyed it, I'll vote for Minecraft.
Okay,
that's where my vote's going.
We'll go Minecraft, mostly just because I'm not too fussed on who wins one of these. It's like, fine, I'll pick Minecraft.
That's just for my niece, though. That's not my opinion.
That's for Zakashi's niece.
There you go.
You better be bloody watching then.
No.
I'm just gonna shrink this a tad just to get. There we go. Still very much viewable. Best multiplayer. I've not played any of these. Have you played any?
I've played one. The Elden Ring Night Rain.
Well, we've got a vote then. Easy. Do you want to talk about Night Rain?
Right. So Night Rain. Oh, where do I even begin? Right. So it's not how I play. It's not my Elden Ring. It's not how I like to play. And I know it's predominantly a multiplayer experience. And a lot of the bosses kind of the same. Like they're yeah, okay, they're skinned, and okay, they might have the occasional different style of move, but they're just, what to put it, like the new, I know it's just come out with some new DLC.
Yeah.
I saw Maximilian play it the other day, and again, the new boss splits into different like versions. I'm like, it's been done. Like, it's just, if that's their way to get around because there's free people, it's a free player game, and they have to just split the boss into three. It's just a bit weird. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I know Arc Raiders. I've not played it. I've seen how big it's become in a short period of time, and what
I've
it's
seen a lot
done.
of people in some of the discords I follow to be into Arc Raiders at the moment. Personally, I think one that's missing on here, I don't know if it might turn up later, but there's a game called Fellowship that a couple of our friends have been playing in the Final Fantasy 14 Discord. Whilst I'm not very good at it, I actually think it's very much deserving to be on here. Yeah, it's also a early access game.
Yeah.
Not an official release, so I can understand why that may not also be on here too. I've heard good things about Peak as well. I've heard great things about this one. If I can be speculative for a moment, I got a feeling Split Fiction's going to win.
Probably.
This is the same one as that other one that won multiplayer. I can't remember what it was called.
It Takes Two, isn't it?
It Takes Two, yeah. I got a feeling this is also going to win again.
Yeah. I think it's going to be close between Arc and Split. I know this is games that came out this year, but considering they've done things, I can't see why Dead by Daylight's not on here. You know, games like that still, because it's still a massive game that constantly brings out. Yeah, so I'm just thinking, like, I understand the games that came out for this year, so I guess if they keep it like that way, then otherwise you just never get, you know, new games wouldn't make the list.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't really got much kind of to give.
What would Zakashi Gaming's best multiplayer game of the year be? Your own personal one.
My own personal one, well, it would be Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a game specific. I mean, I'm biased, of course, but you know, I wish Elden Ring Night Rain was good. I mean, it's good. I'm not saying it isn't. It's just not the Soulsborne experience that I know and I loved. And it certainly just takes away that element. So I can only hope that it's a little
Souls,
trial.
Aren't you? Big Souls fan.
And yeah, it's a shame, but I did play it for a bit. I gave it a good go. But I just haven't. It's not even made it back into the console for a while. So yeah,
that's fair. That's totally valid. You know, not every game in a series that you love is gonna always hit its mark, is it? Because you know,
no.
One of our favorite franchises of all time, Final Fantasy, and that's certainly not hit its mark on every game that's ever released, has it? So I totally understand it from that aspect. So if your best multiplayer is Dead by Daylight, in the exact same boat as you as bias, I would say. I was going to say Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, that's more of a MMO rather than a multiplayer. I don't know if this fits neatly in that category. I'm just going to take a quick cheeky peek to see if there's an MMO category.
I think there might be.
It could be best ongoing. That might be what's coming up next. I don't think so. I don't see best MMO.
Right.
From what I can gather.
I'm shocked about that. I'm quite shocked.
It could be in best ongoing or best community support. No, maybe not best community support. Go back to best multiplayer. Well, if it doesn't turn up, Final Fantasy 14, but I'm completely biased. I don't even think it's objectively the best multiplayer. I still enjoy its multiplayer aspect of raidings and dungeons and doing the bosses. I still love those mechanics. Yeah, in terms of quote unquote traditional multiplayers, I don't know. I'd say Dead by Daylight, just because I've been dipping in and out of it this past couple of weeks with some Discord friends, and we still need a game of Dead by Daylight between us.
We do
with the Silver Foxes community. Might do a recording session. Anyway, if we're happy, we're going to skip to the next one.
Yep, we can.
Best sport. Well, done. Next. No discussion.
I think. Yeah, I can't see anywhere else that it wouldn't be Sonic Racing, because
I love Sonic Team Racing. It's so I've played Sonic Racing games starting from the 360 era, the Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing, and then the next one Transformed, and then the next one was just the Sonic cast, and now this one. Hands down, out of all of them, my personal favorite, and I think mechanically the best one as well. This is kind of like the classic underdog story. A lot of people were incredibly wary about this one, mostly because they've changed development studio from Sumo Digital, who made the last 3 games, and it's now spearheaded by the actual Sonic team. This is a Sonic team developed video game. I don't know if it's had help from other developers. I'm actually quite curious as well. I'm actually going to find that out. But I think this is developed in-house as Sonic Team. Oh, there you go. Sonic Team. There you go. So I don't know if they've made another racing game before. I'm not too clued up on Sonic Team's history. They may have made that one on the Sega Saturn. But sorry, I digress. This is a genuine love letter to Sonic and his career through all the levels. Just all the little references in all of the tracks to the previous video games, and the music. The music is, this is up there rivaling some of the best Sonic games throughout his entire career, including his the mainline entry. Just, it's the full celebration of not just Sonic as well, but all of his friends and some of his adversaries. Every character has a little line of reference that talks down to the other character or bigs them up, or like friendly rivalry. And a lot of the lines are referencing past encounters throughout all the games, way back until the Genesis eras, Mega Drive eras, not American, Mega Drive eras. And it's just some of the attentions to detail in the levels, and it's a solid kart game. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not a good kart or racing game person. I enjoy them. It's one of the few video games where I can be quite competitive. I do enjoy a good racing game, especially on the arcade variety. And this just spoke to me on many levels. It's like, it's a kart game with Sonic and all his friends. And what I very much enjoy about this is the stats are not assigned to a character. They're assigned to the car. So you can play any character you want from the roster, including the paid ones. Well, you have to pay for the paid ones, of course. But you can play any of the characters that you want, and you can pick any vehicle that's suited to your play style. And then you can change the colours of the car. You can mod them to make them the colours of the character you've chosen, or another character entirely. Do whatever you will. And it just totally works. I love how it incorporated that, the drifting from traditional kart races like Mario Kart, yet styled it in a way that kind of is reminiscent of Sonic's boost gauges from the previous game. Collecting rings and how important that is. It's so integral to collect and not lose any rings as much as possible. That's where you get, like, a lot of your speed is assigned to. Just a phenomenal game. Great soundtrack. Great tracks. I can't sing its praises enough. Fantastic game. And I got a feeling this is going to win out of all of these. I know Mario Kart's a big deal. Doing well with the kids. Yeah, not a lot of people enjoy it also. I think not a lot of people were asking for a Mario Kart open world.
No, they certainly weren't.
I don't know if they took a bit of inspiration from Forza, because that did something similar. And whilst people enjoyed that one, I don't think a lot of people were asking for that in a Mario Kart game. When Sonic Racing was just, hey, let's just do Mario Kart 8, but make it our own and do our own spin on it. Let's have interchangeable tracks on the same race. You go like through 3 different tracks on the same race, and you don't always know what you're going to get. In fact, you don't know what you're going to get. And the leader of the pack can select the track. I love this game so much. It's sadly I've not put a lot of time into it. I think I overdone myself on the beta when I did that. So when the full game came out, I was kind of on the edge of burnout. So I just dip into it every now and then. And I think this is a great casual game, both to play on the Steam Deck and Switch 2. This is perfect for portable gaming. And it runs like a dream. On the Steam Deck, 80p, 60 FPS. It's beautiful. I'm gushing over this game, chat. I am gushing. I love this game so much. If you haven't played it already, whatever console you've got it on, please give it a try. I think you owe yourself a great kart racing game this generation, and I think Sonic Racing Cross Wheels is the one. There's a small sale on it, and I don't even bother with the DLC pack. If you're not ready for that, just buy the base game. I know the base game is quite pricey, and if you want to get all of the new characters and cars, you got to get the DLC on top of that, and it's pushing over £60-70. I totally appreciate that. That's quite expensive for a lot of people. Yeah, I see it as a worthy investment and endless hours of fun. It's got more dialogue lines in this game than Shadow X Generations. They don't shut up. All the characters are regularly speaking, and they're all referencing and talking to each other. It's beautiful. Thanks for coming to my tag talk. I kind of just stole this from you. My apologies.
Well, no, it's fine. The only thing I was going to say on it is that it's so weird to keep have sports and racing in one.
Well, it's a sports though. I would say it's a sport. It's framed as sports, isn't it? Because
I would say they're 2 different things though. Racing games are slightly different to sport.
It depends on it's framed, in general. I imagine.
Like could you pick a racing? It's like could you pick like a I don't know what I know what you say. I know what you're saying. Like racing, I know what racing. I get it, but it's like Mario Kart to EA, EA Sports, it's like.
Are you thinking more of like just the juxtaposition between this and like this, where it's difficult to see these as 2 of the same thing?
Yeah, it's more because it's fair. More done I
understand from that aspect.
It's way different.
I imagine it's the same as like when imagine a lot of people can share the same thing as you when they say best role-playing game and they say like Baldur's Gate 3 and Persona 5 or something. Persona 3 Reload. It's like they're both in the same RPGs, but they look totally different and play totally different, even though they're both role-playing games. I think it'd be more from like that angle.
I think it'd be more like I mean, the biggest one for me would be like Final Fantasy 16. Putting that in an RPG when it's clearly not an RPG, it's like having but it's like because FIFA, like EA Sports FC is an actual sports game. It's a legit sport game. Formula 1 25 is a legit sport game. Mario Kart is a racing game, but it's based on a completely different, it's a different thing. Like it's animated for a chat, it's not like it's a proper real world sport, maybe, if that's what you want to call it.
I see your perspective on that. It's an interesting way of thinking about it. Or maybe they kind of accounted for that in the, like, we're not really reading it, but the description here, best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game, they've included the and. So it's kind of like they acknowledge that it's 2 things in one category, rather than separating it. So yeah, maybe your perspective and viewpoint on it is maybe just quite, not maybe, it can be quite justified in your reasoning. I could see your way of thinking there. Why these would be odd, and maybe because it is odd because it got sports and racing game under the same banner rather than two separate ones. I feel you. I see the vision.
But it's Sonic Racing, 100%.
Absolutely.
It's just that.
Next one.
Next one.
Best. Oh, I think we know where we're gonna put. We're picking this one.
Oh my god! There's more.
You have been gushing about this all month.
Oh, it's my turn now. Oh,
please,
tactics.
No spoils. No story spoilers, please.
No spoilers. No spoilers. It is absolutely phenomenal. For me, top 3 best Final Fantasy stories ever made, and it's big. even better with voice. Even better, and they've done such a good job. Like, it's honest to God, like all the people that have played this, and all the people who played it prior on the PSP, like, we know what this game is, and playing it again with the voice, it just makes this game on a whole new. It's just a whole nother level. The music is fantastic. I don't know what else I can say, really. It's just an experience. It's the perfect. It's like 10. Like Tactics is like Final Fantasy 10. They perfected what Tactics is, and like all the tactical RPG. Yeah. It's got enough in there that you keep changing things, and there's so many different jobs that you can pick, and all the little changes that they've made to the game, where you can just go into battles whenever you want.
Excuse me.
And it's a great experience. I can't gush more about this game.
I'm looking forward to playing this. I'm holding off playing any role-playing games or anything longer than 10 hours to focus on this when I get around to it. I'm really looking forward to playing it. I'm shocked that both me and you, as big as Final Fantasy fans as we are, this one keeps eluding us. Until now, we keep missing it. We never got this game in the UK when it came out on the PlayStation 1. Very common story. But we did get the PSP version, War of the Lions, and I still didn't. And that
version's different, by the way. It's the one that we've got is the original, not the War of the Lions, which a lot of people did play hell about, because it was like, why didn't they put that in? And maybe they might put it as like a DLC or something. I don't know.
I would like to think they would.
Maybe there's other people who are saying that maybe they might actually release like the later side of the story. And that would be pretty cool to see what he does when he, I don't want to go into too much, but yeah, it's more of like you're seeing it from Rams's point of view, and you've got his good friend from his younger years. Again, I can't say too much, but yeah, it's it'd be nice to see it from his side of the story as well. So maybe people talking about that. Maybe they might. I don't know. That'd be a whole different thing, and they'd have to come up with almost a new game for that. So I'd be interested to see if they were to do something like that.
Nice.
But yeah, it's Tactics 100%. I couldn't give a crap about any of the others.
I can't wait to play it. I really can't. For myself, I'm looking forward to playing this. I'm borrowing it off you. Please, thank you.
Yeah, it's fine.
As soon as you finish, I've just been playing shorter ones to get up to this. I'm really looking forward to it. This is the time now. I pre-ordered this game on PlayStation Portable, the War of the Lions Tactics, and it's sat in my cupboard ever since. I don't know why. It's just completely missed me. And maybe in a way, it's a small blessing, because now we'll have the best version of it, and I get to experience a brand new Final Fantasy all over again, and I cannot wait. And it's in a genre that's actually one of my, if not my favorite combat system, that turn-based strategy combat. Like I'm thinking of like Fire Emblem. It's not quite Fire Emblem, but it's of the same combat mythos, where you control units and you place them on a board, and then you spend a lot of time in the menus tweaking your units. Like that's actually my favorite type of combat system in a role-playing game. I'm really looking forward to trying this, and I love the art style. The art style is gorgeous. Okay, we're ready to move to the next one.
Yep.
Best family, no debate. Please see reasons from the racing game. I don't think you've played the other ones, have you? I'm kind of stealing these votes from you, but I'm just making executive. We can change it whenever. We can make an executive decision.
I don't own a Switch 2. I don't own a Switch 2 yet, so I can't play Donkey Kong or
I do want to play
Kart.
Donkey Kong, though. From the brief clips that I've seen of it and streams I've seen of it, it looks great. I actually do want to play this one. I've always been more of a, on the Nintendo side, more of a Donkey Kong platformer fan than a Mario fan. I've played one of them on the 3DS. I think it was like a reboot or remake of an old game. Please correct me in the comments. I can't remember, but I played one on the 3DS. Do you know what it's called? 3DS. DK 3DS.
Can't remember the name.
Country Returns 3D.
There you go, yeah.
And I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed that one. I thought it was a great game. Which is roughly modelled on the Wii version, which I also played. I didn't finish that one because it's quite hard. But I played the 3DS one to near completion, and I played the Wii one to near completion as well, actually. And I loved that one, just never finished it. Common story with me, I don't finish my games. Very rarely.
I tell you what, Lego went crazy this year for 2 games, and they went all in to get this one, and then they're not going to win it. 2 games in one.
Although apparently Voyagers is pretty good. I've heard some good things about this one. Some of the puzzly Lego games I've heard are actually quite good. So I might keep this one on my radar. But yeah, no, it's no debate here. Sonic Cross Worlds. Right, do you want to move on to the next one?
Yep, next one. We keep going.
Best fighting. This is more for you. I've not played any of these. I downloaded 2XKO, and that's about as far as I got.
So what was I going to say? So I know the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection got it. The online didn't do well to begin with. I don't know if it's 100% fixed, but I remember a lot of it was they had a lot of input lag. So I know that it didn't go down very well. But the content, there's tons of content, great things to see, a lot of interviews and things like that, a lot of art and things to look at. So the collection is nice. It's nice to have in one, and it's really cool that they put in a lot of different versions, much like all the other games that they kind of do, from having you can have the arcade version or the console version of the game, because obviously there are certain changes that they do for when you're fighting. Fatal Fury, I played a little bit of. I believe, for me, I think that's probably going to win.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think it's got a lot of weird cast.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that they put the Cristiano Ronaldo in the bloody game, didn't they?
Really? I completely missed that news.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
They also put some. Oh God, what's his name? There's a music guy. It kind of actually looks like Maximilian. People thought actually Maximilian was in the game.
Well, they'll just include him in.
But no, it was somebody else who looks like him, and they're actually getting Maximilian. People are trying to get him to dress up as him, and he just wouldn't do it. But I think he ended up having a little mini feud with him, or something like that. A bit of a joke. I can't remember his name. Hang on, let's see if I can get his name. Give me a sec. guest characters. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's it. DJ Salvatore Ganacci. DJ Salvatore. If you have a quick look. Just literally just have a look at his Fatal Fury character. It looked just.
What's his name?
Salvatore Salvatoi Ganaccia or Ganaccia.
Yeah, I kind of see it.
People are just saying that literally just Max. It's just that I just like it looks like him.
It does look a bit like him. I think it only look like him in that he's got short. He's got like long blonde hair and a beard.
Yeah. I know I didn't play Virtual Fire. I know the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I mean, we all know that pretty well. I mean, it's could be close, but I think it'll probably go Fatal Fury because of it's new, and the combat is actually it's pretty good. So
should we pick Fatal Fury then?
Yeah,
wait, have you played any of these?
Have I played them?
Have you played any of these?
I've not played them myself, but I've watched Max play them.
Oof. Are we going to vote on games that we've not played?
Oh, I don't know actually. From what I've seen, enjoyed what I've watched, I enjoyed watching more Fatal Fury than the others. Partly due to, like I said, his bias towards Mortal Kombat.
It doesn't really matter if you've played the game or not. Fatal Fury is then. Caveat: we have not played any of these games. I've not seen any footage of this one, not that I recall. Nothing sticking out with me. I've watched a little bit of this. Again, it's Riot Games. I love their art styles, their music. I've listened to a lot of the music from this game. I know I've listened to, I don't know if it's the opening or title card, because they've got the singer from Spirit Box. I can't remember the name.
And Fatal Fury was free for a month, wasn't it? Like a month ago, a month or two. Fatal Fury was the new Fatal Fury was free. By
Courtney LaPlante. I'm not sure.
I'm sure it was, because I have it. I do have it. I do own it. Not just I don't own a physical copy, but I own it digitally.
Cool.
But it must have been free.
I can't recall, sadly. Okay, next one.
Right, next one. I think we know. Yeah.
No debate. I'm going to save this one for my talks on this one for Game of the Year. I got a sneaky suspicion this one's going to be a Game of the Year. I'm confident this is going to be in the Game of the Year category, so I shall save my discussion on that further down the line. These ones, I've heard many good things about Kingdom Come Deliverance and Monster Hunter Wilds. Not Monster Hunter Wilds, but especially this one. I don't think many people like this one, from what I can recall. I think a lot of people enjoyed the gameplay aspect, but the story was not that good. Whereas people loved this one. I've seen a lot of this in short form content just for the randomness of it. Yeah, I've not played it myself. And this one, apart from the horrendous launch on PC, that's still buggy. Yeah, I don't know anything more about these ones other than this is quite popular, and it's actually probably a surprising contender for Game of the Year. This one, though, I shall save my vote. I shall save my discussion. I don't believe you've played any of these, have you?
No, I haven't played a single one yet, but I do own Expedition 33. I can literally see it.
Finally.
I'm allowed to have my vote.
That's your next game after Tactics.
Yeah, it is.
Executive decision. No spoilers anywhere. I know like Zach doesn't read the comments anyway, which is a blessing in this case. So, we'll skip to the next one.
We will.
Right. Shockingly, I know everybody is excited that Hollow Knight Silksong has come out, and I am so happy for all of these individuals. You've waited 6 years for this game to come out. It's finally out, and it's everything a lot of people were hoping it would be. Sadly, I don't think me or Zach has played this one.
No.
In fact, I've not played any of these. Zakashi?
No, I haven't played a single one myself.
I know we're terrible hosts, right? As much as we love video games, as much as we love video games, and it's probably the main thing that we do between us, other than hanging out or playing board games. Video games is probably the next things we do. Or maybe for me, I spend more time listening to music than I do video games these days. And the sad reality is, even the most popular ones, we can't always give the time to play the most popular ones around the other games we want to play in our lives. And the reason I've personally not played Hollow Knight Silksong is because I've not played the original. It's on my Steam Deck. It's ready to go. I'm just struggling to find the moment to slot that one in between all the other stuff I've got going on in my life. So unfortunately, it's just one of those ones that's passed me by. Again, kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics, even though it's a game that I'm likely to really enjoy, it's just passed me by, and I don't know why. I have no excuse. I've played the first Ghost. Through this one?
Through Hollow Knight.
The original?
Yeah. I got it on the Switch.
Oh, cool. What did you think of it?
I loved it. It was really good, and I just stopped it. It was the same thing with Breath of the Wild, because I played that for a while, and then I just stopped. And then I was just like, I'm going to sit down and do it, and I finished it this year, didn't I? So
you did. Well done. Congratulations.
I know. So I was just like, no, I've got to sit down with it. So that's what I've got to go back to. I just got to pick it up and be ready for it. But it's not going to happen this year.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen for a while, because I want to get through Expedition. So that's my next bit.
Same for me. I do want to bump up Hollow Knight higher up in the back catalogue. Yeah, I've got, like you mentioned, Tactics. I'm still dipping into Crossworlds. I've actually got another role-playing game, Eastwood, and that came out a long time ago. I'm really eyeing up that at the moment, and a few other games in my back catalogue where this is definitely not a priority. This is not even on my backlog until I finish the original Hollow Knight. And once I finish the original Hollow Knight, I'm not going to play this one straight after. It might be multiple years, probably 6 years later until I get around to this one. So I might join in the pain with everybody else and just force myself to wait 6 years. Death Stranding 2, I do have an interest in this, only because I really actually want to play the first one. I've never played the first one. I do own it on some freebie somewhere. I think it's on Epic Games Store. I do actually want to play this one because I'm a huge fan of Hideo Kojima's works. And I know you're a massive fan of Norman Reedus. I think Norman Reedus is probably the best thing to ever come out of the Walking Dead franchise, personally, for me. I just enjoy him personally. I watched him in a couple of interviews, and I just like his vibe and the way he sees the world. I very, very much enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I want to see him in this work as well. So DS1, I'd like to add to the back catalogue at some point. I'd like to see how it runs on a Steam Deck. Played the first one of this. I thought it was fine. Bit open world games are not for me. Love the settings. Love Sucker Punch. It's just, they're too big for me. I'm not an open world person. This one and these two don't really have an interest. I love the movies. I love the Indiana Jones movies, but playing the game has no interest for me. I don't know if I'll ever get around to these. So what's your thoughts on the collective here?
Well, I mean, but I don't know what else I can say. Like I said, they're not games I've played, and I can tell you that Ghost of Tsushima, I enjoyed. I went on a massive binge after that and watched a ton of samurai films. And that game affected me drastically for a while. But again, they're not. you know, I wish I got on to Silksong with everyone else, but just like I said, I don't want to jump on a game that I've not finished the first one.
Yeah.
You know, I know that. Yeah, I don't know else I can. You know, there's not. I think I think we might have to skip it. We might have to skip it.
You reckon? You want to skip it?
Yeah, we might have to.
Sorry to everyone out there. We're just, as we said, if we could both agree on an outcome, and I think we could both agree, we just don't know enough about these games from our own personal experiences to play. Like I'll agree with you there. I'm gonna have to skip this one. Sorry, everyone. I'm just imagining the hate in the comments right now. Like, how dare you?
How dare, honest to God, you call yourself gamers?
I know.
Really?
I know.
Casuals.
This kind of... Well, I admit, as I've gotten older, I thought... Like, when I was younger, I thought I'm a hardcore gamer. And as I've gotten older and I speak to and I hang out with, especially in my 30s, like other gamers online... It's like, oh, wow, I am actually a filthy casual. I'm much more casual than I ever thought I was. Well, yeah, I am.
I think there's just too much to look at. There's just too much to doubt.
That's
definitely to dive into.
A point, isn't it? It's like there's so many video games coming out now of all various types, genres,
yep.
AAA, AA, indie, that all of them are good to grab your attention, yet it's so overwhelming that you can't just pick everything, especially for me and you. I'll speak for myself as well, because I still go back and play retro video games, just because, as I mentioned before, there's lots of games throughout my life that I knew I would most likely enjoy, but for whatever reason, I just skipped out on them because they weren't in that back catalogue at that time. Even back when I was a kid, games got missed. And with the helping hand of my Steam Deck, I can play a lot of these retro games finally without actually spending hundreds of pounds to physically own them. I can just grab them, stick them on there and play them. Like I was playing Parasite Eve and Code Elka, and I'm currently going through Snatcher. That's a few hundred, that's half a grand's worth of games there probably, especially in terms of Snatcher, and I've been having a fantastic time with them, and they're very short. So my interest extends through that era too. And sometimes you just got to accept in life that your time is so valuable. It's incredibly valuable. And even distill that down to your own resting time, enjoyment time, entertainment time, you have to accept that sometimes it's going to be games that you want to play that you're just never going to get around to. I think that's the fact of life. A backlog isn't a list of games you want to play. It's a list of priorities. It's okay, which games are going to be prioritized next? And sometimes you got to make difficult decisions. Even a game that you know you're going to love, it could be a game that could be your next favorite game. If you just can't slot it in your life somehow, then it's okay to let it go. Don't be peer pressured to play it because other people love it or enjoy it, or tell you, play this game, it's so good, you'll love it, or please validate my opinions, please validate my emotions. Sometimes just got to go, no, it's just not on my radar right now, or maybe I'll get around to it in 10 years time, but right now these ones are my priorities, and that's okay. Bit of a random tangent there, if not I like to admit,
preach it, man.
A thought-provoking one. Maybe it might help somebody out there, who knows. So in the case of this, Best Action Games, I really want to play Hades 2. I'm so looking forward to playing Hades 2.
You're a big Supergiant fan as well, aren't you?
I can't tell you how much I love Supergiant. I love their mythos on video game development. I enjoy their music team, their art style. It's so unique, and even the music's unique. Like Bastion is... wow. I still listen to the soundtrack of Bastion and think about it every now and then. Bastion was just a phenomenal game I played at the right time of my life. And Transistor is just as good.
Transistor, yeah, I was going to say.
Transistor, like, the story in that one just made me weep, man. Like, I love Transistor so much. Narratively, Transistor is definitely my favorite. I've played Hades 1, and I would like to go back and finish it because I love the cast so much. I love Hades and all the other cast of characters. I love the art style, the music. It speaks to me. It's a classic Supergiant Games, and it's the best that... Like, I still think there's more to come from Supergiant Games. Yeah, it's everything they've learned from all of their previous games distilled to fine wine. It's just, sadly, I'm not into roguelikes, and Hades 1 is probably the closest I've gotten to finally enjoying this genre. Just because what's pulling me is the narrative and these characters. I want to see this to the end, but I just don't like playing games where I have to constantly repeat myself, even with the narrative being as good as it is. Same with Dark Souls. It's not a roguelike, but I think it is a roguelike.
Night Rain's more roguelike than the others.
It's just yeah, that genre is just it infuriates me. It really does. I'm not in the good kind. I don't want to play games where I'm constantly infuriated. I don't mind some stress. Well, all games are stress in some ways, but I don't mind stressing, like strategy games where if I make a move wrong a few times or I lose a battle a few times, usually eventually I'm going to get it within the same... I think that's most important. Within the same play session. Within that same play session. Whereas games like roguelikes, I'm not going to get it in the same play session. It could take me days, and I just don't have days to spend hitting myself on... Do you remember the Bloodborne instance? I was so angry, I was slamming the desk because I just couldn't manage my emotions so much while I was playing that game. And I decided, you know what? It's not worth it. A video game's not worth that pain. And whilst I've not gotten there with Hades, that's the only reason why I'm considering going back to it. I just wish it was a different genre, but I understand that it's just sometimes a game is just not for me. As much as I want it to be, it's not. Again, random tangent. We do this a lot. I don't say we, like we do this a lot. I do that a lot. I go on random tangents.
I entertain it, so I don't bring you back. I'm like, hey, come back to the room, Mr. Hat. No. Sometimes tangents are good. Sometimes you get stuff off your chest that you didn't even know you had. So
I've not played any of these. I think you've played Doom.
I didn't play Doom. I didn't play Dark Ages.
I'm shocked by that.
No. So what can I say? I loved Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is by far it's just peak Doom.
Yeah.
And when they announced Dark Ages, and after, I think my love for Bethesda kind of diminished a bit when they treated.
Yeah, I remember.
They had the fallout with Mick Gordon, didn't they? So, kind of had a bit of just kind of a little really.
No, it was a big deal. It was, it's like unfair paid work and all that. Yeah. Totally understand why a lot of people would be dismissive of that.
And then it's kind of like from there, really. And I was just like how much Doom's missed. And I did watch someone play the first 2 hours of Dark Ages, and I guess it's just having Mick be the soundtrack to Doom was just too perfect.
Yeah.
And then having not Mick there, hearing the music and not hearing the grittiness of it, I was just like, I was kind of glad I've missed it. And I don't know if I will. I mean, if it came free on the net on PSN, then I would get around to playing it. But I kind of am glad. I'm kind of glad I've missed it.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked to say that because I'm a massive Doom fan for over the years, and even Doom 3, and I know Doom 3 got slated to hell, and I don't mind Doom 3. I think Doom 3 is a different vibe, but I think it's still a good Doom game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dark Ages is and okay, call me whatever. If all Doom fans, if you want to come on and slate me, kind for whatever. But why give the Doomslayer a shield? Like, come on, he doesn't need a shield. He's badass. Doesn't need to hide behind his shield. He doesn't need one. And it's just, I don't know. It just, those little things, this little niche. I know it's me picking on things, but it was just when I heard more about it and learning and stuff, and I was just like, oh, this sounds like a bad Doom game. I don't know why. I just had that in me from the moment. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of glad. I am glad I missed it.
You think with Doom 1, the 2016 one, they kind of overshot themselves in that they kind of already made the perfect Doom shooter, and it's like, well, what else can we do? It's just going to be more of the same, or a little tweak here or there, like add a shield. Like Doom Eternal, I think from where you're describing Doom Eternal, it's more of the same, just bigger, louder, bloodier.
Yeah, quite literally. And it's another thing, like what I want to go back into. Not every, okay, I know this is going to sound weird. This is such a weird thing to me to say right now. Not every game needs a story.
I know, I agree. I totally agree with that statement. Absolutely.
And Doom is a perfect game that didn't need a story.
And they kind of played with that in the first Doom, didn't they? That when people were speaking, Doom guy was just smashing radios and just blowing shit up. Like, he didn't care about the story either.
No. And now they've put a story in. Like, I know it started with 2016, and okay, fair enough, you could say I'm a hypocrite for liking 2016 and Eternal. But I think with that, like, okay, like certain parts of it worked. Okay, you were trying to bring the human. It was like seeing it from a human perspective and learning more about the Doom guy. And I'm like, the more you delve into that, though, the more convoluted it gets. And I'm kind of like, I didn't care about all that. Did we really care about? I mean, okay, mate, call me a casual Doom fan then. Do what you want. But like, I know I'm not, but people know. I mean, but people listen to this, right? You know, you love Doom, that you didn't need that. You just knew the guy was a badass and he went around killing demons, and the demons were stuck there. You weren't in a room with demons; they were in a room with you, and that's what Doom was. And Doom, the gameplay to Doom 2016 and Eternal was the better one, but that gameplay is phenomenal. It's second to none in its own right. And but the story aspect, like, it didn't scream to me. It was just there, and I was just like, I don't care. Just put me in a room, just give me more demons to fight, and that's what I want. And and the further you go, and I just think, again, you lose the original point of gaming. Yeah. And to me, it's a big thing. Like, certain games need them. Of course they do. You can't just play a Final Fantasy without a story. Yeah. You can't play other games without them, but there are certain ones. And even if it's basic, just the basic story that you can come up with, give it us. Just give us something small and don't convolute it with tons of lore and stuff like that. It's just like,
totally agree with you on that one.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, Doom could have easily been the Dark Souls of FPSs. And it should have been. And I can't see why they couldn't go down that route, where the lore is there, but it's hidden behind all these things that it's not held in your hand. It's like, if you want to go out of the way to find stuff, then do it. Okay, there is bits of that in Doom where you can go and find collectibles or whatever, but that's collectibles. But I can't see why Doom couldn't do that. They literally have the concept of a dark, gritty FPS where, like Dark Souls is like, it's a dark, gritty world.
And that's all it ever needed to be.
Yeah, and you're going and killing big bosses, like the same thing with Dark Souls. You're killing all these big bosses and stuff, and you just move on. There's no like, you need a cutscene. You need 10, 20 cutscenes of explaining why you killed this boss or what this boss meant to the world of what you're living in. It's just like, no, like, just, it's there. You're going to kill it. Doesn't matter. And move on, and then go into the next room and you kill more. That's what they could have done. I know. I'm going on a massive rant.
No, that's cool. And we're just own the floor.
Going on a rant for an award that we're probably not even going to pick it.
No, it's okay though. I've always seen these shows as a whatever topic we bring, a jumping off point to share our own opinions about games, and that's exactly what we're doing. It's we always appreciate our listeners listening to our show, and hopefully we could, and we want to provide you something, some form of entertainment for you all. And at the same time, this is for us too. This is for us to create and share our opinions to not only with us, but to the wider world. So in case anybody wants to chime in, so we can hear your opinions and just have this nice back and forth dialogue. I think
the name for the video should be the Not So Game Awards.
The Not So Game Awards. The Not Capital Game Awards.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just with the ranting, just as ranting on other games. Oh dear.
So I kind of just want to pick Hades 2 just for in honor of Supergiant Games. Like I just don't know what else to pick here. Unless there is something here you would like to pick instead.
I mean, I'd love to get around to playing Ninja Gaiden 4. I played a lot of Ninja Gaiden growing up. I love Platinum
games, I won't lie. I do want to play Ninja Gaiden, but I kind of want to play some of the older ones just to get a base reference, because I've not played any of the older ones. Or maybe just play this one and then go backwards. That's also viable.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, you could do that. I think they're just very, it's been long enough, and
I want to play Shinobi as well, because I used to love the one on the Mega Drive. This is kind of a spiritual, or is a sequel to that version, Revenge of Shinobi. I kind of want to play that one. So which one of these two would you like to vote for?
I think, as you say, I think Supergiant, because again, like I've liked their games, from like I say, from Bastion to Transistor, and they're having more time with them, and I'm hearing about Hades and Hades 2, so I think Supergiant deserve more, and hopefully they can make a game that goes into your genre of how you like them.
One day they'll make a tactical turn-based game.
Yes,
SVR,
fingers crossed.
Played any of these?
Oh, bloody VR. Well, yeah, like I've got my VR system. Yeah, no.
For me, I don't care for VR, and it would make me sick anyway. It's because as much as I would like to play Doom, I could probably only play like 10 minutes of Doom a day because I just get a headache. Like very fast games give me a headache in first person view. I'm okay with third person.
Mind. Yeah, never mind
VR. I'm just be like, no. So, do you want to skip this one?
Yeah, I think we're best skipping it.
Best mobile game?
Oh, Jesus.
I nearly hovered over this one, over Sonic Rumble. Sonic Rumble had such a terrible launch.
My God, you have no... Yeah.
It's like... I was both of us were really looking forward to Sonic Rumble, and Zakashi even did a stream of Sonic Rumble
a year ago.
Yeah,
a year and a bit ago.
It was announced way too early, way too early, and it was still available on a select few streamers whose job is to promote Sonic and Sonic Sega. I don't want to call them Sega ambassadors, but whatever the equivalent is. And I totally understand and respect their work for the grind. They are sponsored or given codes to play this game and to promote their game as a condition to getting these codes and to play with their select community. I had to call it quote unquote streamer privilege. It's one of those things. I don't say it with distaste either. I say it with that's their streaming privilege. It's like when you're working a job and you're a manager, you get manager privileges that like other employees don't get either. I may not like it, yet I understand that's just the working culture. That's just how the planet works. Totally get that. And I don't like certain hierarchies of people that benefit when certain lower hierarchies of people are not. It's like, okay, well, I understand why they are getting keys to games that are not out yet to both promote it as it's part of their job. Yet inside of me, I still feel this sense of distaste of, well, other people should be getting that too. Both contradictory things can inhabit the same space as we are cursed to be human. So I have played the game, and so have you. And in terms of mechanics, it's fine. Like, it's when I stopped playing it like a Sonic game, which I kind of I was hoping it was, then I had a better time with it. I was kind of coming into it playing it as a Sonic game when it's not one. It's a party game that's based on Stumble Guys and Fall Guys with a Sonic aesthetic, right? And this movement speed is quick, like a Sonic. That's really the only moments when it is like Sonic, where you're going fast and it's singular, like you're going fast and you're grinding on rails. Yet it's those in between moments where it feels like Sonic, where it's coming away from what the game is actually trying to be, which is a party game, and you're like interacting or fighting other people. It's those moments when you're playing a Sonic game where it's kind of going back on itself. And I don't have to explain it, but hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from. It's like it's trying to be two different things at once. Well, it can't meet in the middle somewhere. It's struggling to meet. That's how I feel on that one. But great music, though. I love music. They just took a lot of the tracks from classic Sonic games and they've partified them by adding a saxophone. And I love a good saxophone. What do I always say? Saxophone is the most sensual instrument on the planet. And I love a lot of the music from this one. Wuthering Waves, I played it for 10 minutes. It's all right. Don't care for this one. Don't care for this one. I've actually played this one. This was actually the first game I downloaded and played on my Steam Deck this year. Do you recall?
I do.
And I thought it was great. I thought it was great. I love it aesthetically. It's basically Persona 5 that's been gachified. And this is the first gacha game I put some time into. I think I put about 5 hours into this one. And I stopped playing it, sadly. Only because... I'm going to explain it. I love Persona games. It's up there as one of my favorite video game franchises of all time. Yet, unlike a Sonic game or a Final Fantasy game, I don't replay them, if that makes sense. They're not games I replay. I play one, and then I move on. And then if another version comes out, like Persona 5, and then Persona 5 Royal comes out, I'll play Royal. Then I move on. Persona 3, I played the original. And then I played the PSP version because I had a female protagonist. And then I played Persona 3 Reloaded. There are 3 different versions of it. I played one of those each, and then I moved on. Persona 5 Phantom feels like I am playing Persona again. And I don't want to play another Persona game right now. So I think I just played this one at the wrong time. It's too soon for me after playing Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor ReFantazio. And then jumping into this one. It's a bit too soon for me for this one. And the gacha elements, I've not reached the grindy wall yet. The menus in this game make me sick, like physically sick with how overstimulating they are. I don't know what's going on in and from what I've been told, gacha menus are kind of like that though. They're kind of meant to be a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
I don't know the mythos why. I assume it's so you misspend resources, so you have to grind a bit more or pay a bit more. I don't know. That's just me wrongly assuming ill intent, which I don't like to do. So not for me, this one. Maybe I'll come back to it in another time. But these two are the only ones I've played, and out of these two, I would vote Sonic Rumble, because you know what? For 10 minutes a day, it's not a bad time. It's okay. But what? You played any of these?
Yeah, other than Sonic Rumble, yeah. As you say, it's such a disappointing start to the game, with how much it kept going. It just kept going back and back and then back, and then it had the perfect time to be released alongside the movie. You know, I felt like it wasn't going to be long after, and then
you're right.
It never got
perfect time.
It never got released. And then, you know, all these streamers, as you were saying about the streamer privilege, that's what happens when you're a streamer, you know, as you mentioned. And, you know, and they just kept playing the game. Mm-hmm. And, you know, okay, fair enough. But they just kept it going and going and going. And then they finally release it. And then they just give us a game where it's, you want a skin? Yeah, give me all your life savings.
Yeah, it's difficult to not... not that I try to avoid it. It's just I don't know what else to say on it. The prices on some of these skins are extortionate, like toxic extortionate.
Yeah,
like £40+ for a singular skin is it's ludicrous. It's gross, to be honest with you. I find it quite gross. Especially when this game is not specifically, but it's very much aimed for children. And whilst me as adults can be responsible for my actions in that I'm not going to spend money on this, you know, I imagine a lot of children who this is aimed for haven't learned how to do that yet. Do you know what I mean?
There's going to be a generation of kids coming to our age, and they're going to be going into situations. They're going to be in. Is there a skin on that?
Yeah, which is fine.
Have you got a skin for that?
I have. I don't have the problem. I don't have a problem with charging for a skin. I've got no issue with that. You are offering a free game completely for free, and you have to make your money back on that as a business. You can't make a thing and not give it away for free without expecting some losses. I totally understand that. I totally understand what they are doing. It's like, hey, here's a free game. We charge money to have your character dressed in a certain style or themed a certain way. This is how we make our money back. I have no problem with that. Even though it's annoying, I even understand why they're throwing it so much in your face, depending on the game. Some games do it better, other games don't. I think this one sits somewhere in the middle. Usually after every round, you'll get some big splash screen in my face saying, buy this for 99p. I totally get it. I just have an issue with the pricing. I think £40 to £50 is a bit... It's grossly too much for a singular skin. It should be half that maximum. Even £20 in my eyes is too high. Again, if you're a grown adult, it's your money. Spend it however you want. If you want to spend £40 skin on Shadow in a cyber neon punk thing, go for it. More power to you. It's just I'm worried about either children who have not yet learned how to discipline themselves to say no to the manipulative, I can't say the word, but manipulative tactics that these games use, that maybe us as an adult can see early and can put systems in place to prevent us from that when children haven't learned that yet. That's my only gripe with that. And I think Sonic Rumble it should do better. It should be an example of how to do it better, and it's not. It's just like every other one, and unfortunately that's quite unfortunate. So any parents and children out there, watch what your kids are playing. Please do.
Yes.
Watch what your kids are playing. Be mindful of where they're spending the money. That's my rant over. So we're gonna pick Sonic Rumble because it's the only one we've played, and we did have a good time together when we did play it.
I suppose so.
And you could definitely play it.
Yeah.
in short bursts with a couple of friends and not spend a dime on it, and that's fine. And there's nothing else better to pick.
Oh, that's true.
Well, that's the only one we both played.
That is true.
Next one. I'm not just conscious of the time. We've only got 20 minutes left.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to skip through some of these. Well, best we can do. Well, best indie game.
Best indie game, Cloud Obscure. Have you played any of these?
Yeah. No.
I've heard good things about Dispatch, but we'll get to Cloud Obscure.
Yeah, I've heard some things about that as well, but yeah. Best independent game.
We say this every time. It's like, what are we going to talk about? And then we underestimate our power to talk absolute shite.
I think luckily we started where we did because, again, I think we'd have just flown through it.
Yeah.
But I think we've had some good things.
Best indie game, same again.
Yeah.
This one, have you played any of these?
Nope.
Our executive decision on this one. I think I'm going to be in a lot of the same boat of this year with a lot of people here. We'll get to that when we get to Game of the Year, Best Community Support. Oof. I mean,
well,
my heart wants me to pick this one because it's one of my favorite video games of all time.
Yeah.
Yet, if I'm being objective, removing emotions in terms of community support, I don't think you could put a patch on Baldur's Gate 3. It's like they are incredibly generous with their tools in terms of development and modding, and fully endorse the community and keeping them up to date with what their work is doing. Yoshi P does that too, but I feel like not with everything. I'm really torn between these two because my heart is saying this one. My head is saying this one. What's your opinion on these ones?
So,
have you played any of these?
So, well, yeah. I mean, I've played...
Oh, No Man's Sky you've played.
No Man's Sky, and that's where my vote was going, by the way.
Your vote's good.
Partly due to the fact is that No Man's Sky has been going now for how many years, and
that's true, actually.
Not once have they ever made you pay for any of their massive updates that they've made to the game. And
it's true.
They did have a rocky start, of course they did. You know, there was a whole it was one of the most hyped games that I can remember, including I was part of this. There was tons of people who were just completely blown away that they were making a game where you could fly on life-size planets and drop wherever you wanted and fly out of the planet to go off to another planet.
It's a cool concept.
And then not just for that planet, but to go into a whole another galaxy and then go and explore those planets. And it's just never ending. And it was just the concept's still there. It's just how little there was to do in the game when it first came out.
You think they redeemed themselves?
In mind, they redeemed themselves. Yeah, they redeemed their path to redemption. Should go down in history, in gaming history.
I think we've got a vote here, chat.
I want people to understand that yes, they made a mistake, but you need to give No Man's Sky. Mm-hmm. They rectified it by tenfold, and it's just how much content is in that game now, which is just ridiculous. And it's all free. Not once did they ever make you pay for anything, and it's just crazy to think. And they are working on another game, Hello Games, and they're working on I mean, if they've learned from their mistakes, and obviously with all the things that they've done recently with how they've made No Man's Sky much better, the game that they're going to bring out, I don't even remember the game. Give me a sec. I did see a trailer for it a long time ago, but I can't think of where is it? New game. Light No Fire. That's the one. It's a set on basically a planet-sized Earth, and I think it's just on one planet. But there's what you can do is going to like completely change Like, I mean, this is me saying too much again and probably getting hyped, and then it's not going to happen again, and they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. No, but yeah, it's a completely different experience to what No Man's Sky is. But yeah, they're working on something, and I hope it goes well for them. I really do. They deserve it. But as you say, I know Final Fantasy 14. You know, I've played it. The community is what keeps that game going. You know, there's lots of people.
It's that game is surviving barely by its community. The fervent fans,
quite literally.
And whilst they do community Yoshi P does regular letters, updates, and posts, and even with the debacle of like the modding thing, that scandal that happened, and its less than stellar reception to Dawn Trail, they do community posts, and they are quite regularly updated. I just feel there's a slight disconnect with they may communicate with their fans, but I don't think they are hearing all of their fans, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's like it's a one-way street. They're very good at keeping you up to date with what they're doing, but not very good at being receptive to what the fans want, if that makes sense. Not in all aspects, but some of them. Fortnite, I don't care. Helldivers 2, I don't care. Skins.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 is basically what Final Fantasy 14 should do. No, the other way around. I can't remember. No, Final Fantasy 14 should copy Baldur's Gate in that they give community feedback on their game and accept feedback back. It's not one way, it's two way. And I think that's a great basis of any relationship, a two-way street of a product. It's like, hey, here's our product, here's all updates, this is what we're planning to do, and all the fans can go, well, we want this and this and this and this is this, we don't want this, this and this, and then for Square to go, okay, we've heard you, we took your feedback, we've got to consider it all, and then change it or not, and give a reason why. I think Square Enix are a bit iffy on that. Anyway, No Man's Sky.
Are we going with that, are we?
Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't play No Man's Sky. I've never played it. It's not a game for me at all. It looks intriguing, but it's not for me. Yeah, I can appreciate that. It's been going for so long. They've redeemed themselves, as you say. They started off rough. Yeah, they've clawed it back and they've apologized tenfold. I can support that. The previous best ongoing. It's kind of the same, really.
It is, yeah. Apart from Marvel Rivals, and that's about it. It's kind of added in.
I love this aesthetically. Like, everyone's thick in this game, even the men. Like, everyone's thick. Like, this is definitely the past 2 to 3 years I have noticed in video games that everyone's getting thicker, and that's great. That's great. Thicker and curvier.
I mean, I would probably say No Man's Sky due to how much content they're giving. You know, it's insane.
Sorry, chat. We are flying through these. I'm just not conscious of the time. Games for Impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or messages. The only one here I finished is South of Midnight, and I thought it was 10 hours too long. But I enjoyed its gameplay loop. Yet I've already forgotten. The only thing I remember of this one is the visuals, because it's quite unique, and I love the soundtrack.
Do you think Claire deserves to be in this?
Claire deserves to be in a lot of things, but it's already stolen most of the awards, and this one's about a pro-social meaning or message, and I don't know if Claire Obscure, without spoiling narrative, neatly fits in this. I got a meaning from it, but that's not to say it fits this one neatly, so I don't know. Out of all of these, I do want to play these two. I've heard some great things about these two. One of them's this one's actually on my Steam wish list, which I will get around to, and I do want to play this one. It looks incredibly interesting and unique. But the only one I've played is South of Midnight, and I don't remember it very well, which probably says what it's trying to say.
Then it's another skip, probably.
But I did play this one, so I
mean, if you want to do
that one, just because I've
you
played it and I did
gives
enjoy my
vote.
time.
It's another vote, chat. It's another vote.
I did play it and I did enjoy my time. It's just it's 10 hours long and the story's quite forgettable. I don't know this one. I forget this is another skip. Any comments on this one? I'm glad that video games are actually getting more accessibility for all kinds. Nice to see that it's getting a lot of representation of like color blindness and one-hand controller support. That's phenomenal. And even in terms of tweaking difficulties down to the micro level of like not making enemies dumber, but like making parries a bit longer or things like that, especially in Clair Obscur. Love that. Just sadly, I've not played any of these, so I don't know. Well, apart from this one, I have no recollection of what this was like. Any thoughts?
No, not really. I can't really
another skip.
Say anything to this. Yeah.
Another skip. Best performance. How dare you do this to me? How dare you do this to me? How dare you do this to me?
I'll leave this to you because again, I'm quite rare. Those
dare you do this to me?
I've not seen anything. I've not heard really much other than who they are character wise, but that's it. I haven't heard their voices, done nothing really. So I'm kind of like, yeah, this is not for me, but I'm happy to let you. You've got to pick. You've got to pick.
How dare you?
If I'm going to be biased, if I have to, and if I have to give you something, it's just because I know more of Charlie, and I'm not saying Ben isn't great. It's just
I enjoy Ben. Like both his work and him personally. I've seen a lot of interviews he's been in, and he's quite active in Twitch community with like the smaller channel members, like in the 20 viewership. Like he's quite generous with his time with the small community in the Final Fantasy and Clair Obscur base, and I love that. I love when actors are not up in their own head so much or grandiose. Like I love this individual as an artist in his works and his generous time with the smaller community members. Charlie Cox, he's in one of my favorite movies of all time, Stardust, and probably one of my favorite TV shows of all time, which is Daredevil. It's great performance in that, and he has a great performance in Clair Obscur as well. In Clair Obscur, I think Jennifer English steals the show. Jennifer English performance as Mael was wow. Just wow. One of the best video game characters I've ever had the pleasure of viewing on a screen. Just the rawness of that character and how so many people could relate to a character in that situation. I love Ben Starr's character as Verso in Clair Obscur. And it's a close tie between these two. I think it's his best work so far. Yeah, Jennifer English as Mael was the most beautiful and soul-crushing and light-hearted performance I've seen in a very, very long time. I don't know what else could rival it. And I'm not even just talking about in video games either. I'm talking about of all media. It's one of the best performances I've ever had the pleasure of viewing. Phenomenal work. It's very close. Yeah, as I am talking now, it's an easy winner here. I fully support Jennifer Hale in winning this award. phenomenal performance, and it's really hard not to say why because of spoilers. I really don't want to spoil it for you. I can't wait for you to play that game. I really can't. But yeah, we'll skip this one. Audio design, not a competition. I kind of stole that award from you again. My apologies. Do you have heard any of the music from these ones?
No, like I said, the only one I have is Silent Hill.
Actually, I'll take this back. I think I'll change this because I've played this one to completion, and I've watched the entire stream of Silent Hill F. And whilst the soundtrack of Silent Hill F is forgettable, in my opinion, I don't recall a single song from this one. The sound design in this one is great. It's actually really good. Even just watching it online spooked me a few times just because of the sound effects and the general audio design. Which I picked this one on the wrong assumption of music. This is when I clicked this one instantly, I was thinking of the music, not its actual sound design. So I would actually pick one of these two.
Yeah, I was saying it, but because I was like, as much as people just go Claire just because it's Claire.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just did. I just stole your vote because I went boom, Claire.
I think, as you say, game audio and sound, like surely in a horror, you want it to be up there as, you want to be memorable of an encounter. So,
it's successful in making it scary, I feel. Like this one's great at making you feel both powerful and powerless. In its gameplay, like there's some of the designs on this, like when you get that parry, like there's no the Dolphin hit is pure Dolphin. It's beautiful. I love the dopamine.
Dopamine, yeah.
The dopamine hit that you feel when you time a parry perfectly on a boss is pure dopamine. It's amazing. Yeah, this one is great at making you like scared and check your surroundings, but I've not actually played it myself. I watched the entire thing online, so I'm in two minds with this one. Shall we go with Silent Hill F? I think you were leaning more to this one.
Yeah,
I'd rather we pick a vote that we both agree on.
Yeah, I think
let's go with Silent Hill F then.
I think this next one might be more up to what you're initially thinking.
Here we go. This is what I was thinking of. There it is. I was waiting for this.
The one.
To think that they randomly found Lorraine Testard on SoundCloud randomly. It's like trying to find someone on Fiverr to do your video game soundtrack, and it's the best video game soundtrack you've heard all your life. It's wow. Leveled up by Spotify. Again, I don't want to spoil it because you've not played it, and I'm sure a lot of people haven't got around to it yet. I feel like a lot of people are going to be playing Clair Obscur after the Game Awards, and rightfully so. The soundtrack has this incredible way of speaking to you emotionally. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Really sorry. Like Lorraine has this artistry of somehow creating emotion through sound. A lot of the music is both beautiful, harrowing, funny, empowering, disempowering, and just so tragic. And Clair Obscur, in my personal opinion, wouldn't be half the game without that soundtrack. It's like playing like an old Final Fantasy back in the day, or Final Fantasy X. A lot of that game is the soundtrack. Like a soundtrack does more heavy lifting than you would think. And Clair Obscur is that tenfold. A lot of the power behind Clair Obscur's emotional depth and hitting you in those moments is because of its soundtrack. Phenomenal performance.
I'm looking forward to listening to it. I really am.
Yeah, I've ordered the vinyl of this just because I love it so much. I've toned down my vinyl purchase of video game music and lined up some maybe to sell eventually, so I can keep it to just soundtracks that moved me too much, and this is one of them. Like I'm actually not. I don't think scared's the word, but I just want to preserve this soundtrack's greatness, so I don't listen to it. I've not listened to the soundtrack since I finished the game because it's so special that I don't want to over-listen to it. In a weird way. I know it sounds odd, but it's so precious that I kind of want to preserve the magic that it creates within everybody for as long as I possibly can. There's some songs like that in Final Fantasy XIV for me. That magic is now gone because I've listened to it so many times. I'm thinking about Closing the Distance, and if you know, you know. But yeah, phenomenal work. I love Darren Korb, don't get me wrong. I loved all his music up to this point, and still do. Still listen to his music quite regularly, but just an artist and a team that's come out of nowhere and made the best video game of all time. Like, what more is there to say?
Well, yeah.
Any more thoughts on these?
No, there's nothing else. Like you say, I've not, it's
best art direction. I'm actually not going to pick this one. I don't know, am I? Achievement in artist design and animation.
I feel like it probably should go to Hollow Knight.
Yeah. I was hovering over Hades 2. This is, I think, art. When it comes to art direction for outstanding creative or technical achievement in artistic design and animation, I think out of all the awards, this is, I would say, with the music as well, the most subjective. Because art is the most subjective in terms of visuals, like drawings or paintings or anything like that. This is so incredibly objective. Like, if you show me a picture of, I don't know, Death Stranding 2 and Hades 2, I'm going to pick Hades 2 every single time, even though I can understand that this one is technically superior to this one in terms of just looking like people. Like, they look like people. They do. That's their artistic direction, that these are real people that they've scanned into a virtual world. Whereas this one's all about the art. The proportions are more in lines with like comic book heroes and villains, and that's just my personal taste. And this one is all about. This one's probably more in line with Sonic the Hedgehog, in that they're all anthropomorphic in that respect. And I can see why people would pick this one. This is really incredibly difficult, and these two are fitting in. These three. This one's sort of in the middle of these two, I feel, where they got characters which are realistic in terms of like how they look, yet they are in a fantastical world like these two. Like, you've never played a video game world like this one ever. It's everything about this game is unique. I can't gush about it enough. So I don't know. That's why I'm hovering over this and this, just because on gut instinct, visuals, what looks the prettiest for me, this one. Yeah, you're saying Hollow Knight, Silksong.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with Silksong. I think any one of these three for me, it fits my artistic tastes. I enjoy looking at these three. Actually, to be honest, I enjoy looking at these two more. Yeah, I'd rather we vote on something that we both agree on. So I'm happy to pick Hollow Knight. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think you've said it. Like I say, with like Hollow Knight, it's like a lot of it is to like level design. I think, a lot of it goes into how you traverse the platform. and also looking at the background of where you are. And I think that goes into a lot of, especially for a 2D style of game.
Yeah.
Where you've got like Hades 2, which is more of it's like a 3D top down. Where you see more of the layout of the flooring and stuff of like, things like that, and a lot of the animations, which of course, is quite it's spectacular in its own way. And as you mentioned, you mentioned it so perfectly, I couldn't say any better, is that yes, you've got the likes of Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yotai, and of course Clair Obscur, where they have almost, Death Stranding 2 is on the extreme side of it, where they literally look like the actual people who they're voicing. And Yotai is like a bit of like, oh yeah, it's a made up world, but you kind of understand it from a perspective of that time of during that period. And then you've got Claire, which is going towards the other side of all of what they are, where it's again kind of like almost realistic characters, but they are like characters in a made up world, a fantasy world, as you said. So yeah, it's, as you say, it is a subjective. It's so subjective. And yeah, for myself, I do prefer art, as in where it comes to creating not just like worlds, but even the characters, because
People
anyone
too,
can make anybody can make a realistic character, but if you make a cartoon or make a comic style character,
absolutely,
that screams to me so much more, because you put a lot more effort into that.
Where if you give to me a show, 2 shows, and one of the shows got real people in it, and the other one's animated, I'm more likely to pick the animated one, because that's visually more appealing to me. Basically, I'm trying to say non-real people are more appealing to me than real people. Hollow Knight it is then, I reckon. Yeah.
Yep, I think
we're both
it's either that or
that
Hades 2, but one of the two, that'd be fine.
It's a coin flip on that one, but we just picked one. Number 20, best narrative. That one. Stop stealing Zakashi's moment as well.
I don't think I could, because, like I say, from what everyone said about it, like it's the story. You play a RPG.
I'm so
for
worried
the story.
You're not gonna like it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I mean, I won't know. I won't know. But I swear, I've got good hope. I've got some hope.
I know. I trust your judgment in that you're an incredibly intelligent individual, and you will give it its fair shot. You gave 16 its fair shot, even though I did. Against your judgment, you decided to listen to me to finish it in the end, and you still said no. He still said yes.
You made me lose out on a tenner. I could have made £10.
Yeah. Sorry. Hopefully this will make it up.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Best game direction. This one again.
I don't think you could. I think they're going to be like this all the way, aren't they?
Probably.
I think that's it. The penultimate.
Are we getting there yet, chat? We're here.
The game,
finally.
The game of the year.
The game of the year. And what we've got a stacked lineup. 2025 has been a phenomenal year for video games. A phenomenal year. Look at this lineup. It's varied from the ultra colourful, shiny, right up into realistic people. Various types of gameplays. You got platformer, which is you got a platformer that's like best of its class. You've got a 2.5D in Hades 2, like roguelike, best of its class. Another Metroidvania 2D, best of its class. A somehow comedy yet difficult role-playing game, Death Stranding 2, Hideo Kojima, wacky out there. And then you got Clair Obscur 33, which in my own personal biased opinion is it's my own personal video game of all time. It's one of my favorites. And so depending on which day you ask me, it's my favorite video game of all time. It taught me a lesson that I don't want to vocalize yet because Zach hasn't played it, and I'm interested to see if you come up to that same conclusion. And that in a roundabout way, it's taught me I should be playing video games less and going outside more. I know, weird, it's random. It's really difficult to convey my emotions about Claire Obscure 33 and how important this is, like, to me, for myself, and for a lot of people as well. And just the classic underdog story of developers that have been sacked from Ubisoft because of how Ubisoft is ran, and they decided to create a video game that took influences from a lot of other video games from the role-playing game genre, especially like the likes of Lost Odyssey, if anybody remembers that one. Legend of Dragoon, Persona, Dark Souls, and French culture of throughout its art, its music, its people, its history, and they've put it in a blending pot to make something truly unique. I've played a lot of video games in my 36 years of being on this planet. Nothing has hit me harder. Nothing has played like this for me. It's so unique, and my only disappointment is that I don't think I'll ever play another video game which could invoke these same feelings in me or ever be as unique as this one. Before this one, I would have said Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, just because I love the cast of characters in that one. I think the writing's great. And it made me happy, sad, laugh, weep in all the right ways. Yet this one, my favorite thing about this one is just how human the characters are in how they interact with each other and with what's happening in the scenario that this world is. And the world itself is so unique. The characters are so both likable, tragic, up against insurmountable odds. Yet it feels reminiscent of like an old role-playing game in all the right ways. Yet again, it still evolves into pushing the genre forward. It's why I loved like Persona 5 so much back in the day, because I felt like this was the next evolutionary step for turn-based role-playing games. And I feel like Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is that. It's the next evolutionary role-playing game, turn-based role-playing game. Whereas Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I never thought like it was a revolutionary step towards a better role-playing game experience. I just thought it was a fantastic game with a great combat system and characters that I've loved and just made them even better. This one I feel like is the next like gold standard for what a story, character, writing, rich, turn-based role-playing game should be up to this date until something better comes out. And I really hope that we get another game in this franchise or another game from Kepler Interactive, because there's a team here with such a unique creative force, and they need more, and they just need the time, the space, and the money to just make more shit and make such more interesting stuff. All right. Whoever you are out there, Kepler Studio, thank you for making this absolute masterpiece. It's so good. I encourage everybody to give it a try. It's not terribly long for a role-playing game. You're looking at 30, 40 hours if you just stick to the main beat. Incredible music, thought-provoking, emotional, tragic, funny. Combat that's difficult in the right way, and it ramps up nicely. Really makes you think and it missed the thing that Final Fantasy 16 maybe should have, which is like elements and a back and forth on, and you could make some like broken builds in this game. It's not perfect, I'll give it that. No art is perfect. It's definitely got some quirks to it. You know, it's built in on UE5, and that's got its own like quirks, and there's definitely some technical hiccups. The menuing could be a bit better. It's a bit not intuitive, and it's a bit lacking in like deep explanations on how things work. You kind of really have to figure it out for yourself and just experiment, which in a reframing is actually a good thing, that it doesn't hold your hand. It allows you to make mistakes and to learn from them. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. It's this game is life-changing for me. It's just wow. Just go play the fucking thing. Just go play it. It's so good. This is my call to arms to play Clair Obscure Expedition 33. My clarion call, as you will. One of the greatest games of all time. Not to shade on any of these ones. I'm looking forward to playing every single one of these. I want to play every single one of these. They all look phenomenal. I'm sure I will enjoy a lot of them. And you know what? Every one of these is a deserving spot to be on here, for each for their own reason. And if I'm going to throw out a random, if this doesn't win, then I think a surprise winner will be Kingdom Come Deliverance or Hollow Knight Song. I think Hollow Knight Song and Expedition 33 are the contenders for the Game of the Year. I think people love this one so much. I've been waiting for this one so long. This may actually win it. Yeah, in my heart of hearts, this should win it. I think this does something so unique and profound that these don't offer. So yeah, that's my vote on that one. Zakashi?
It's Donkey Kong, fam.
It's Donkey Kong, mate. We got a vote. Here it is. It's Donkey Kong. It's Donkey Kong. There we go. Donkey Kong wins. Well done. Well done, Donkey Kong. You did it, DK. Nice to have you back.
No, I don't know. There's nothing I can say because I've not played it. I'm completely obscure in my own obscureness.
It's really difficult to tell like why I love it so much without talking spoilers, and I'm really holding myself back because I want you to experience it. I don't know if we'll get the same feelings, and that's perfectly okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. I just want my closest friend, the person who I love the most in the world, just to play my favorite thing and to get your opinion on it. And I cannot wait for you to play this game. I really can't. You're gonna have a time. I don't know if it'll be a good time, but you'll have a time.
I'll have a time. Well, that's it. I think
we have our votes.
We've done our votes. We've exceeded our own time.
We have. We do this every time.
I thought,
right?
Honestly,
what are we going to talk about?
Oh, do you know what? I said in a text here, I said, it'll be quick. It'll be easy one. 2 hours. 2 fucking hours.
It's 2 hours, 3 minutes on my clock. Oh, no, that was because I had to stop the recording. So it's even longer. It's been 2 hours, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
wow.
I think this, to be honest, I would not be disappointed if any of these games won Game of the Year. I really wouldn't. I think each one of these has a deserving place for the Game of the Year. I'm just casting my own personal vote and to why it's my own personal vote and why I think this game is actually quite important. Whilst each one of these is iterations upon its own genre, each one of these is probably the best iteration of the genre that it's currently occupying. If you want like the best roguelike it's probably Hades 2. If you want the best Metroidvania, it's probably Hollow Knight. If you want the best turn-based JRPG inspired role-playing game, Kaleidoscope Expedition 33. If you want an example of Hideo Kojima being absolutely weird and wonderful and the best way only Hideo Kojima could possibly be, Death Stranding 2. If you want the best example game of a 3D platformer, you got Donkey Kong. All of these are exceptional examples of and evolutions of the genres they are currently occupying, and I would not be disappointed if any one of these won. Genuinely, this is the first Game of the Year award I've ever seen where I've not gone, that's an interesting choice to place that one there. That's an interesting choice to put that one there. I wonder why or whatever. These ones, I'm looking at this list and I'm going, yeah, totally valid. I can see why every one of these would be on here. I can see why any one of these could have won. Could potentially win Game of the Year. I would not be disappointed. What's your thoughts on this lineup so far?
Like you said, I mean, I think what was it? I know last year we had the whole debacle with Elden Ring being in there again because it was DLC, but
oh yeah, I remember that.
It was. I don't know what to say on that really myself, because that game in itself, it was a game in itself. It was just they used it as DLC, and but yeah, this lineup of stuff, I don't think there's you can't argue it.
Yeah,
it's any of them deserve it. Obviously with certain maybe biasism that you have, that you would obviously love for Claire to win, and I think many of us that would want that, but no, I think it's one of the strongest lineups they've had in a few years. It
is. Look at that list. I know we've skipped a lot, not a lot, we've done 22 out of 29. I think that's a very good, we've really not skipped many. These ones are the only ones I could confidently say we knew beforehand. These are definitely getting skipped. Probably because in Content Creator of the Year, they only ever picked the famous ones, which I understand why, because they're famous. And these ones we've just not played properly. I feel like there's some missing here. They've definitely voted on more, or maybe not. I don't know. But this is the most. It's just two people from Wales being completely biased in our game choices, and hey, some of these ones we didn't even bloody play. What haven't we played out of all? Oh shit! Have I lost it? Look how many expeditions are here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. We got 8 Claire expeditions out in all of this. Download your vote card. What's that? We got a lot of Claire expeditions here. And rightfully so. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's lovely. That's quite nice.
You get to put it. You get to get and put that in the good old Discord.
Well, I'm not going to put it in the Discord yet. We'll post it in the Discord after the show goes live, so people can go watch it. And we'll blank out maybe this one, even though it's going to be obvious which ones we picked. Yeah, I think best fighting game and Hades 2 is the only ones we picked where we didn't play between us. Enough to pick something. And Silent Hill F. Wow. What a phenomenal year of video games we had. I'm glad Sonic Racing Cross Worlds got a mention. Best family game.
Tactics is in there somewhere.
Well, hold on, where's best sports? Didn't we have best sports?
Yeah, it was the best sport racing.
No, why is that under best family then? How odd. Hmm. Best. Oh yeah. What? Oh, best family's gone. Oh, there's best family. Oh, it hasn't shown all of them. That's interesting. Never mind.
Oh.
But yeah. What a great
There we
year
go.
for
There's
video
the
games.
Not So Gaming Awards by
Not
the Silver
so
Foxes.
gaming years by the Silver Foxes. This is great actually. I had a wonderful time. I was in a winter blues moment today, and I thought we were going to blitz through this, but that's really perked me up. Thank you very much for letting me.
I'm glad.
Giving me the space to both rant
It's
and celebrate
a good
on
safe
video games.
space here between us, husbando. It's
Oh
always
yeah,
going to
because
be a
the
good safe
internet's a
space.
safe space, isn't it?
Yeah.
Internet is the safest space you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Knocking over stuff. But yeah, I very much enjoyed being here with you, and mostly because you're here to celebrate video games and rant about video games with me. Thank you very much. It's been a great show. One of my favorites, actually. What a great year for video games.
Video games 2025 completed it, mate.
We've done it. And I cannot wait to see what 2026 brings us for video games. I really can't. It's going to be hopefully a good year. I think we can wrap it up now. Have you got any final? What's your final on Game of the Year Awards 2025?
Final bit. Well, if Claire doesn't win it, then we all riot.
We riot. That's it. We're just gonna riot.
That's it. Just riot.
Well, and on that note, we continue. If you know, you know. We continue. Oh, can't wait to celebrate 2026. Zakashi, thank you very much for joining us today. What an absolute pleasure this show has been. To any listeners out there, thank you for listening. Enjoy your Christmas or winter solstice or any other holidays you wish to celebrate. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you very much for joining us over the year. I think we've still got a week before the year is actually up. Yes, the 18th. So on the 18th, we'll be doing our Christmas theme. Our Christmassy sort of themed episode. Our winter theme. Yeah, we'll do a winter themed episode rather than Christmas. We're doing a winter themed one. Winter themed episode to close out the year of 2025. Don't forget to follow us in the Discord. Link will be at the bottom in the comments, where you'll find where all our projects get announced and when we go live on our individual channels. Yeah, I think that's everything. I've been GUYINAHATGAMES. You have been
Zakashi Gaming.
Zakashi Gaming. Claire Obscure for the win. And it's a win for video games. It's a win for gamers this year. All gamers. Congratulations, everyone. We had a stacked year. An absolute stacked year. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.